Good morning, YouTube. How we doing this morning? The the experience of staying consistent. It's turned into not a joke, but a silly situation. I've been getting up dang near an hour early because when I get up, it takes me a few minutes, to I guess emerge into reality. So I'm just sitting here. Uh, you know, I guess the funny thing, contemplating life and looking on uh, YouTube, seeing how I did last night, and then looking on Instagram and TikTok. This one these silly cartoons where they're making funny situations, and I'm just sitting there cracking up like a dumb behind. Then I realized, wait a minute, I need to be getting up. Good morning. Good morning. How you doing this morning? Uh, I'm just sitting here trying to figure out I should be getting up and getting going and yada 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 because my situation. I'm just finding out. I drive 18 wheeler, and this truck has a turbo. The turbo goes into is it's like a tube that big size tube that comes out of the turbo and goes into this other piece, and it just keeps blowing. It's like blown three times. So when the turbo blows, I lose power. I had to drive 60 miles the opposite direction. Is really literally because I was heading towards my. I have like since I'm on a dedicated route, I have like favorite spots that I like to stop at, and I was literally going to stop at this spot and look for me some plants this morning. It's about that time. I'm not as good as you know the other folks that are in the homesteading community. I'm I'm like Miss T with the T. I'm trying to join different communities because I'm getting excited about it. I was going to get me some pre-grown plants and just connect. You know, I'm going to make me a little spot in my passenger seat and have like a little driving buddy. And I was thinking of either tomato or green pepper or something like that, and strap it in. And good morning, Mike. And what I was going to do is, like a tomato plant or a pepper plant or something like that, and strap it in, and then water it. You know, uh, that's what I was planning to do. But when the turbo goes, everything else goes with it. So, you know, I had to go drive the opposite way because I knew I wasn't gonna make it. But then I just learned something. The guy was saying, my air filter is bad and clogged up. What I need to do is get a new air filter and then have that replaced. It's not like a regular air filter. It's a huge air filter for this truck. Have that replaced, and that pipe needs that whole piece needs to be replaced. They jury rigging it now, like right now I'm fine, but he said it's gonna keep on blowing. Okay, now that I know. So I got to, get my company to order that new piece, yada yada yada. You know, uh, that's that's okay. That's all fine. Now that I know, now that you know, and you can do better. Uh, where I'm at, I really would have got the video, but do like I was doing. But I'm starting out a little different today. Where I'm at, this place, the company I work for, they trying to make money everywhere. They renting out spots and all that stuff in the parking lot, and this place is clogged up like a mother. So my trail is parked one spot, and my rig is parked in another spot. So it's it's the it's really. I know, I know. I hope you guys are not in my way, so I should be able to get out of here this morning. But this is what I'm doing. I'm actually moving over to the spot where I need to get my um, trailer and get the heck out of here. You know, old dark 30. But yeah, I think I parked at the right spot, guys. All I gotta do is pull out and turn to the right. Yeah, yep. But that's okay. That's a good thing. So, who is ready for summer to hit? I know I am, because I'm sick of the cold. I say that every year, but I'm gonna say it again. I'm sick of the cold. You know. Um, but I can't wait to see my lawn growing. Do some seed down. I do. Uh, Red creeping fescue, perennial rye, Bermuda, and I could have put some regular fescue down or some bluegrass. I got all kinds of different types of grass. I threw that down, you know, hoping to see, you know, what's gonna come up. But okay, what the heck was that? I heard a beep on the phone, but oh no. Let's see. Nine. Okay, Angela, where are you living that you had 120-degree weather? Uh, You probably sound like you in Texas. Oh, okay. Yeah, some of these places, like I said, I go from California all the way across Arizona. Ooh, yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna talk no mess. Then I will shut the heck up. If you in Arizona, yeah, Arizona ain't no joke. I remember a few times coming through Phoenix at 2 o'clock in the morning. It was like 101. I couldn't believe it. At night, coming through, Phoenix, because we have a yard in Phoenix. I remember that. It was 101. 101 at night. And you got people that actually, hope y'all can still hear me. I'm standing outside the truck connecting all my lines. Get back in there in just a minute. I have to lift the legs up and all that good stuff. Ah, it's actually working right. Yo, it's kind of cold out here. Oh, but you know what? I need to. I'm gonna say this. I need to wake my behind up. So it's all good. Okay, all good, all good. Oof. All right, now we have to do. Oh, we hit the wrong button as usual. Let's see here. EVR. Aaron, you should be on duty when inspecting your vehicle. I know. Pre-trip. Continue. Continue. have to do my pre-trip. That's the fun part of it. 102080. Continue. Trailer 5184. What the heck? Continue. Tractor. Okay, let's see. I'm almost ready to start rolling. Uh, whew. Let's see here. Boom. When you're getting old, when you get old, you're old, and when you know, you know. Oh boy! But hey, this is the lifestyle that I chose. Oh man! But yeah, it's all good. All right. Oh my God! Armstrong's up. you, that means you ain't getting no sleep. If Armstrong's up, that means he ain't been to sleep yet. How you doing, buddy? But we y'all just walking with me as I start my day. Let me see. Let's see here. Let's see. All right. More broadcast settings. Camera. Let's see. I'm facing. There you go. I'm still done. Oh. Nah, I hear you, but nah, but like I said, I'm just starting the day. Get getting ready to rock and roll. Let's switch it to. I'm switching us to drive mode. And then what I gotta do is put set my computer. I mean, I already know which way to go, but I like to have the screen and everything do what it do, so I can look down at it. But I got ripped off. You know, I should have said something, but I got ripped off when I ordered the Chinese food because when I ordered it, the price on the menu was totally different than what the lady said over the phone, and I got to learn to speak up. It wasn't half bad, but I'll never do that. I'll never order from there again. That's just my opinion. It's funny how you know sometimes you let sometimes you let stuff fly because you don't really want confrontation. If even though it's not confrontation, you just knowing that it's the right thing, but you know what I mean. And isn't that the weird part of it? You don't want to speak up. You don't want to you say something, but you just let it slide. And that person thinks they think they're kind of getting away with it. That's the same thing with you know some of us on YouTube. You know, we've all had a certain type of run in chats, certain types of things that have been said, um, but we don't want the drama. We don't want the. I don't think I be using these big words and don't and don't and don't know what they mean. I was about to say, indignation, but I think I needed to get a dictionary before I said it. So don't don't count me for don't try to say it. Um, I've had a few run-ins, and then you get to the point where you feel like you're going to snap. That's kind of a segue to one of the things I wanted to talk about this morning is have you ever had a situation where in in your life where you just finally had enough and you snapped? Have you ever had you gotten to way past your breaking point and you just snapped? I remember years ago. So I used to be a satellite installer. And I preferred to be a happy, nice, and you know goofy type of person. And I remember, you know, you know, when you're around a whole bunch of other people, and it was mostly African Americans in the warehouse, and we would just hang out and just be laughing and joking and whatever. And I remember, a lot of times when you got all that testosterone, someone wants to test the waters. And I knew this one guy. He was another light skinned brother just like me. He he said something really smart, and it was, in other words, he was trying to punk me out. And I clearly remembered that I had had enough, and he reached that point of I needed to say something, and I remember kind of losing it, and I just snapped, and I looked at him and I said, "Who are you talking to like that? I know you're not talking to me because I will literally rip your neck off, pull your guts out, and feed it back to you. I don't know who you talking. I literally snapped, and you could see the looks on people's faces where their jaw dropped, and the eyes were like big as whatever, and and then I walked away, and a whole bunch of people could say, "Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you're all right?" Yeah? And they said, "I've never seen you like that." And the thing, what I'm saying with that is, why do people, excuse the term, I'm saying lightly, meekness for weakness. You know, you don't realize who or what that person has been through in their lives. I have, I talk about him all the time. He's probably in the chat right now. I have a buddy who, you know, it was special forces and had to do stuff that normal people didn't have to do, you know, but he is well trained in what he had to do. And that's why I'm gonna change this up a little bit. You know, he has a wonderful wife, and I know for a fact that man loved that woman that he's married to. And God help you if you mess with that woman that he's married to. I'm gonna say it like that. God help you. And this is the other part of that. The scenario that I'm talking about, where have you ever snapped, or you ever went to the breaking point? Everybody's be like wondering what are we talking about when it comes to love? You know, do you know? Does that man love me, or does that one? Yo, you be wondering how come he letting her get away with all that. And I remember a scenario when I was with my son where I had to inform him, son, don't think you can get away with what your mama can get away with. In other words, what you're saying is, let her get away with it because I love her. Don't think I'm gonna let you get away with that. I'm gonna I'm gonna drop the bomb on you. Don't think you get away with that. And the funny part is, I remember, even then, yeah, his mother, which was my first wife, I'm gonna say it like that, got away with a certain amount of stuff because I choose to let that person get away with that. But even then, there was a breaking point, and I remember getting to that breaking point where what I'm saying about, and I'm saying not my buddy, he loves his wife and that kind of thing. But I was literally miserable. I ain't said that, but I was literally miserable. And I remember, the breaking point where I said, you know what? Because I remember she was going off on me, and I remember I said, you know what? That's it. That is it. I want a divorce, and I continued to no, it wouldn't even plead my case. I laid into that woman for all the stuff you done put me through. Even though I said I had loved that woman at that point, I laid into all that stuff you done put me through. And I'm not a cusser, but I cussed for a good 30 or 40 minutes. And I remember the fact that um one of the things that after that 40 minutes she literally stopped and said, "Please stop cussing at me. Please stop cussing at me." So it's like a twofold. We spoil the ones we love till they get to the point where you know it's a situation where we allow them to get away with so much that they take advantage. Have you ever been able to find that person that knows they can but don't do it? And that a weird situation to even say? I'm trying to, they know they can but they don't do it. Isn't that a weird one? I'm married. I'm married to one now. My second marriage. She knows she can get away with a whole lot, but she chooses not to. And maybe that's the love that I was really looking for. You know, you think, um, and I appreciate that. It's it's the little things that we always see. We say on TikTok, and we see on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and all these other things about the man. The man isn't looking for a woman with money. I wasn't. I wanted somebody to love me. Isn't looking for the woman that is going to do this or do that or have this or have that. No, I could care less. I remember when I first day, it was like, what kind of car she driving? She was driving a convertible BMW. I could give a rat's patoot what my future wife was driving, but she cares about me. She takes care. What do you mean by takes care? If I needed underwear, baby, I bought you a new pack of underwear. If I need socks, baby, I got you this. I got you that. I still got clothes that my wife, because I wasn't that, I wasn't really good at at buying clothes. I, I, I was so sorry. and I'm gonna admit this, that when I bought clothes, I bought it usually had the logo of whatever company I work for. I wore it all the time. So you can tell I wasn't no player. And because of this woman buying me, I learned, okay, I don't have no style, but this ain't my style. I don't like that. I don't have no style, but this ain't my style. I don't like that. I don't have this, but this ain't my style. I've wound up coming into my own, and because my wife would do all this young people crap. Wear your shirt out. But I'm a big guy, even when I do lose, I'm still a big guy. So, that thing about the collar shirt, and then those are special types of shirt. So she'd have me pull your shirt out. And later on, I found out because it would not show my belly. I'm like, yo, man, get over that. But I would walk around like a short mini skirt. That's why my shirt was so long. Those types of shirts you got to get either specially tailored so they can cut it a little bit, or make it. You can buy a shirt that's made not to be tucked in. But to go back to their original snapping or just had enough. Why do um we allow people to get away with stuff? Because most of us we're not confrontational. We don't want to bring the we don't want to bring the smoke, but we can bring the smoke. I look, I'm not saying that I'm Joe Blow. I can whip everybody behind, but I promise you, you've been with me. I promise you that. I know you done been in the tussle with me that you might not want to do again, even if you whip my behind. you know, I'm just saying. But you get to that point where hey, I prefer to be this nice person. My buddy was telling me about his son that he had to, I guess they let um no, his girlfriend at the time, it's still his girlfriend now, didn't realize, thought he was soft. And I said, wait a minute, you know, the girlfriend thought your son is soft? I know this because this is my boy's kid. So I know he done look, I know he done, brought him up a special way. So she watched him whoop because the guy stepped in and said, no, I'm not gonna let you hurt this girl. And he whooped this other friend's his girlfriend's friend's boyfriend because he was about to beat up on her. And she was like, she would think he was soft. And see, this is the thing that a lot of relationships like you thinking somebody. No, people choose to be a certain way. They choose to be mellow because they prefer that. They prefer, not the arguing. They prefer not the drama. They prefer to be, kind and gentle and whatnot. The ones you want to be afraid of is the quiet one, the one that the nice one, because they probably got another side to them that they really don't want to come out. The one that's boisterous and walking around, these are the ones that gonna hurt somebody, for no apparent reason, you know. It's crazy, but that's what I was saying. Have you ever had one of those breaking moments in work where you snap, at home where you snap, out in the public? I thank God I don't run. I've never had one of those. You see them on TV or whatever. One of those Karen moments. I thank God I never had one of them. Because I don't know what I. You got to videotape everything because you're finding out like there was the gay African American dude in um in Central Park in New York where he was just photographing. You could tell this guy was probably a professor or something. He was just photographing birds in the park, taking pictures of birds in the park. Like, look, that's a hummingbird. That's a little tweety, whatever. And he just said, "Ma'am, the sign says, your dog's supposed to be on a leash." And she called the cops on him and said he's accosting her, and and he's videotaping this fool, and they, and telling him that he's doing all this, and he's like, No, I'm not. I'm right over here." And I mean, and just saying, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be mean or whatever. You'd hear that. Oh, you said I'm doing that, and I know I ain't, but I'm about to right now. Sorry. That would have just brought me over the edge. So that's why when I'm in public, I don't say nothing. I'm like, do you see that? Don't you read the sign? I'm not saying. I'm not even trying to to get in the middle because I know I go from 0 to 100, and I would have just went the heck. I was like, you'd have heard me, boo boo boo. Oh, you said I did it? Nah, I am. Boo boo boo. I'm definitely going to jail after that because I'd have been knocking you the heck out. You what's that? When always hear that, you gonna learn tonight? Boo 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 boo. Body slam. You know, people they they use that. I'm not just saying black and white, but other people these say it. They'll lie on you. They'll whatever. It's just it's sad. It's sad that It. I remember one video where the lady had got to the wrong lady, and she said, "No, you." And the lady snapped and said, "No, you got the wrong person. But you're gonna learn today." And it was a black mama. She knocked the piss out that woman. The woman was so in a daze, like, "How dare you hit me?" No, she freaking asked for it. um, or what about that one? I don't know if y'all ever seen that one. It's floating around YouTube. The guy, he's wearing an 8 ball jacket, on the subway, and the woman was making fun of the poor man, and I think this guy was a big dude, but you could tell he was a gentle giant. And I think she did something to him, and he slapped her so hard in the face. And please don't get it twisted. I'm not condoning hitting women, but the woman hit him first. And don't give me that, man. You never hit a woman no matter what. When you hit me first, you might get knocked the heck out. I'm sorry. You might get knocked out. But that woman hit him, and that guy, he slapped her so hard I felt it through the phone. I mean, it revert with a reverberator, or whatever. He slapped her so hard, and but you could tell it wasn't one of those guys that beat up on women, because even on when they interviewed him later, because he got arrested, that he wasn't proud of that moment. He wasn't proud, and that's why when I'm saying, did you ever snap? Was you ever proud of it at the end? No. When I snapped, I've snapped, I've never proud of that because I didn't want to be pushed past that point. I didn't want to be. I didn't want to go there. You have a lot of people, they brag or whatever. I did not want to go there. I did not want to be there. I didn't want to be that person. You know. where I was brought up, there's always a lot of fighting in the house, and it was always a lot with the guns. My father would always grab a gun and threaten us with it. I have guns, but I treat them with the most respect. I don't go reaching for them. I don't. Actually, I got guns that I like. I used to like to go target practice. I don't want to hurt nobody. Isn't that crazy? But that's the thing. Have you ever regretted it after you got pushed to that point? Even the nicest old ladies that get old grandmas get pushed to the point, and you don't like that. Our the age that we live in is the entitlement that everything is what I say and that's it. No, no, it's really not. So that's why a lot of times when you see that smiley face, sometimes I'll come out of my shell, but I'm usually I leave that smiley face. I'm at your page. I'm letting you know I checked you out. I'm interested or whatever. If I say something, I really, I'm saying, hey, I've been, because I've had people just think they can say anything to me. To keep it with cowboys. You're not going to uh, grow unless you learn, you know, the scene that you're in. Just my opinion. I'm not a YouTube guru. I'm not a guru at anything. I'm just a, guy just trying to work and get down the road and get to the next spot. It's I'm just heartbroken. I'm hoping that I could, it'll be a certain type of the morning where I could go past. I got a spot where it's like a Home Depot, but it's not. Um, I want to go get up in there and look for stuff I don't need. They have a deep fat fryer that they have there. I want to buy so I can put near my grill outside. It's an outside deep fat fryer. I've been looking at it for at least 2 years. I'm I want to get it soon. It probably ain't gonna be today, but that would be. I just like going by there and looking at it. You know, um, I'm gonna go look and see if they have any tools I could buy, and I'm definitely gonna go food shopping. I need to get some food because I don't want to go and get no more takeout. The the you got me once. I didn't want to say nah. I don't want to. No, forget it. Close. Forget the order. Or blah blah blah. I'm either on day 3 or day 4 of staying true to my low carb diet. Good morning. Good morning. Anybody's coming in, I can't see you because I'm driving. Also, let me say thank you for whoever's came in for the remix. You're greatly appreciated. Welcome to the chat. God bless you. Kiss, kiss. Love you long time. That kind of thing. Yada, yada, yada. But this is, because Mike gave me the great idea of videotaping while I drive. And this is how we do it. This is how I do it every morning. You know, um, I need to go a little bit faster. Let me, I'm still waking up, so what I'm gonna do is let's get it. Let's be at 55 and we'll coast along until I wake up. How about that? I mean, I am awake, but it's early morning wake. I need to wake up some more. I need to get by Walmart. I'm probably gonna go to my first stop and then uh, wait till Walmart open up because I need my sugar-free creamer. I'm sorry, I got. Um, if I don't have anything else, I need my sugar-free creamer. You know, that's how I've gotten it down to 1 cup a day. I used to start off with 2 cups a day, then 2 more cups, and when I'm down to 1 cup a day, which I think it's pretty darn good for a brother that used to drink 2 or 3 cups of coffee and 2 monster drinks, and then wondering why am I so unhealthy? I'm getting lower and lower, and trying my best. You know, um, there's a uh, the we do have this a low carb I call it a lifestyle. If I said diet, if I say diet, I'm not gonna be on it long because it's like I want to eat my pie, mommy. I want to eat my cake. I want to have my cake and eat it too. But no, it's a low carb life. I see these long typing messages, but I can't look at them. I don't want y'all to see the camera swerving and all that. No, you know what I mean. But they have it's a version of the keto lifestyle, but it's called Ketotarian, which I have the book. I need to crack it back open and look at it. It's a lot more of the vegetarian part of it, certain vegetables and stuff, and you can still be in ketosis, and the whole 9 yards. I think I'm going to start moving more towards that because this meat is getting expensive. The process of the eating and all that is getting expensive. It's all that salt and all that stuff that's in it is getting expensive. It's getting more than what I'm willing to pay for. Um, we're going back to I'm going to really take a look when we're going back to Costa Rica. I felt so different when I ate the food there, and the food tasted so different when I was down there. You know, it was like a National Geographic moment. There was people that were on the beach. They were standing, a little bit more than waist high on the stomach, swinging this little thin string with hooks on it, and they were actually fishing right there where we were walking, swinging it and then pulling it in real quick and having these little fish, and they were. It looked like they were catching breakfast or something, and it was awesome to see. When you see stuff like that, and normally you just see it on TV, and then someone is giving you the the lowdown, and he's talking, and they have the music in the background. The the people from the Wukuta tribe. This is how they're collecting their foraging for the day, and I remember I was thinking about that later on in the video. I fall and bust my behind. It was a hot mess. I fall and over break, but ooh, normally when I fall, it goes to slow motion. It's like I don't just bite the dust. It's the weirdest thing. But yes, everybody's passing me. Y'all can make it past me. I'm doing the speed limit. I'm staying in my morning lane. I am enjoying life to the fullest. But the piece that you know, I was talking about watching stuff in Costa Rica. Now back to the normal piece of my day. But the day it becomes okay when you can sit back and remember these times that I did wasn't happy with it. I did snap or whatever, but I'm a different person now. Oh, slow your roll, bro. Okay, if you notice, see that flashing lights, what normally as a truck driver, you try to do, you don't want to be in that same lane because it could be, they're so close. A lot of times they'll be so close to the highway that your trailer could, whip around and hit them, You might possibly kill somebody. I don't want to be a part of that. I'll come over, slow down, yada yada yada. That's why you see what you see. Whenever you see, if you're on a 2 lane highway going one way, and you see a truck's trying to get over in the fast lane, let him, for the love of God Himself, get over. He is just moving over to give that person on the side of the road, a chance to not get hit. 9 times out of 10, he's coming right back over once he passed them. But most of us four wheelers be up. Oh, how dare you get in the lane? I'm not letting you over, and you gun it, and then the guy can't get over. Let the man over. Let him perform his safety training. If you ever see a truck driver, you know, with the flashes on, he's telling you one thing. No, he actually ain't even talking to you. He's saying, hey, I'm letting other truckers know that I'm going below 55 miles an hour for a reason. Look around and see if there's a reason. If he's flashing and you're coming in at a good speed, click, you might want to slow down because he's probably saying, hey, traffic stopped ahead or I'm broke down or whatever. But it's more better to slow down and look at your environment first. And then you can gun it up if you want to. But I've seen many of trucks come over a hill and he had to make a choice. Either put it in the ditch or run into a whole bunch of stop traffic. And I watched the Peterbilt. He put it in the ditch because he was getting it. He came over it and it was too late. He couldn't stop. And see, that's another thing. What you guys don't realize, it takes this 18 wheeler at least a football field to come to it, especially if I'm going 55 or higher. If I'm doing 65, it takes me at least a football field, the length of a football field to stop. So try not to get in our, I'm not saying you got just much right on the road, but try not to get in front of me, and slow down or hit the brakes or brake check because you're putting your life you're putting your life in your hands. It's not in my hands because if I can't stop, I mean, it is what it is. Now, if it's a busload of kids, yeah, I'm gonna put it in a ditch, and that means my career is over. But like you see me driving, I'm letting all these people pass. I'm giving folks, a good no. I have on a perfect day, which is at night, which is actually better. I got 7 seconds. I leave 7 seconds in front of me. That's what you're supposed to. I have a camera. I have onboard computers that telling me when it's not 7 seconds on my screen on my in my truck. If it has like a little car sign, that means that he is less than 7 seconds in front of me. The computer, if I get too close, the computer will hit the brakes. If I get too close, the camera will come on, and someone will give me a call saying, "Hey, what'd you do? Why'd you do it?" Um, they got all they got all kind of crap in here. They actually got a camera pointing inside my cab, but guess what? I got duct tape covering it. I don't give a flip. You ain't gonna see my naked behind walking around here. You might be blind. You might be blind. You won't be able to get that memory out of your you won't get that memory out of your skull. You see my belly. You, I think I look like that. Oh, what was that? I forgot the name of the movie. Where the guy goes, "Get in my belly." But you might see my boobs. Some of my boobs bigger than some of you women. I know. I'm getting delirious. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. But you know, back to the original story. The original question: have you ever snapped Have you ever came back from that? Did you ever feel sorry that you got to that point? A lot of people will go, no, I didn't feel sorry that you put me to that point. I didn't feel sorry um, that you did what you did. Uh, you know, that's you. That's your opinion. But I prefer to be the nice person. I prefer to be the happy guy. I prefer to be the goofy guy. I prefer to be have a smile on my face. Even nowadays, I'll just be walking and just start giggling for no daggone apparent reason. You know, People that know me know that I wasn't really nice to be around at one point. I was so depressed, but now you know, yeah, I do can still complain, but that's everybody complains about something. But I'm good. It's funny. My wife is, she said, "What do you want for your anniversary?" I said, "None." I could have said I need some tires for my core aerator, but I actually was not sure the right size. I ordered a 5/8, and that's the freaking wrong size. But I only ordered a couple. Thank God. See if I can get them returned or replaced. I think it's a 3/8, but I didn't want my wife to be getting that for me for our wedding anniversary. I said no, I'm good. Uh, I'm. It's funny. What I got her, we always laugh about it. We get each other cards, and I put like I put 10. Because I wasn't gonna be home. I didn't think I was gonna be home for Valentine, but I wound up being home for Valentine. But I gave her a Valentine's card early, and I put I think like $10 or $20 in there, and then I put 40 in the anniversary. And this is funny. My wife makes almost double what I make, and she loves receiving money from me. And if I just here, I give her like 10, 20, 40, $50, and her eyes will light up because it's money from me. And you got to think about the little things. When you're with that person that you care about, the little things are what makes them happy. We always look for the, well, what do you want? I said, babe, we got stuff coming up. We don't need to be maxing out our credit cards. I'm still paying for presents I got it years ago. I'm still paying for a photo shoot on one of the cruise ships. That's another story. Oh man, we actually had a professional photo shoot on the cruise ship. But I was so happy with how it came out. I bought it, and I'm still paying that off on the credit card. I'm like, oh my god, never do that again. But you live and you learn. But what I said to say is, yeah, the original. Have you ever snapped? What did you do? And why was you brought to that point? Did you regret it? Yes, I regretted it. How are you living your life now? I don't have that person that I snapped on in my life. Thank God. God put the right person in my life. Thank God. And then made me appreciate the people in my life. So now that I laugh and I giggle, it's like when we, talking about the walk. We went hiking. I did another short where it looked like a goat path to me. Yeah, I was complaining, but I was having a ball because I was with my friends and family. And if you asked me to do it again, I'll probably do it. But I'll still be bitching and moaning. But if I say I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. You know, I need to get my fat behind out here in the morning. Maybe if I get out early, we'll do like Wanda, budget and walk. We'll be walking and talking early in the morning. and videotaping me walking around in a big circle in the truck parking lot. Um, I got to get myself back into shape. I got to lose this gut. You know, get that gut off and keep it off. Because I can lose weight, but then I start making excuses of why I'm eating again. Well, I ain't drinking, so I need this bag of potato chips. Well, I ain't doing this, so I need that honey bun. I ain't doing this, so I need to have that big half a half a slice of red velvet cake. I ain't doing this, so I need to have that half a gallon of ice cream that's gonna make me poot toot to toot all day long. You know, I'd be making up all kind of excuses. Then I'm looking on the scale, going, holding my upper lip and tearing up like, oh, I done gained 30 pounds back. What the heck? Because I done made every excuse to eat all this crap that I shouldn't have had. You know, we I see it, and again, I'm not attacking nobody. Hold it to my heart, not to my head. We as African Americans do not eat healthy. We have all the fat and the salt and the season. I've been looking at, like, yeah, you're adding seasoning, salt, adobo got salt in it. Um, the accent got salt in it. All you got to look at all the seasonings you got, especially the pre-made. It's got salt in it. So you're putting, and then you put chicken base or beef base with it. So you're putting salt, 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 and more salt. Oh yeah, that tastes good. And then you're wondering why. Oh, the doc saying you got high blood pressure. You feel me? That's what I'm saying. That's why when I'm looking at, I'm dissecting especially your cooking videos. I'm dissecting. Okay, what can I do to make that more healthy for me? You know, um, that's what I'm doing in the background. I'm trying to figure. We we need to be. You got to know better to do better, to be better. I'm going. I'm growing this channel, but I think I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start a second channel where I'm going to be. I don't know if it's going to be healthy cooking or cooking on the truck. I'm doing maybe just do one, videotape one meal and that, see how it do. We see how we do. But I think who is that? Ooh, I'm looking and swerving. But we need to do better and be better. You know, I'm saying I'm really kind of talking about me. So just so you know, I'm not talking about you guys. I need to do better so I can be better. Um, I like these certain spots that I go to. I'm coming through Houston right now. I don't know if y'all can see it. Um, I need to do better and be better for one reason. I want to be around. Stuff finally working for me. My life isn't a dark cloud. I want to enjoy the latter part of my life. I can't enjoy the latter part of my life if I'm in a wheelchair and living the life of the 400. You see those people that they 600 pounds and they woe is me and eating a box of cookies. No, I don't want to be that one. You know, I want to, and that's why I got to get out with my gimbal. I paid $165 for this thing, and then as soon as it do one thing crazy, because it'll act right for a good 10, 15 minutes, and then it'll do something on me. I got to read up and wonder why does it do that, and walk around with it and videotape me walking and see what I can do better and how I can be better, and get to practice and those kind of things. It's just a part of growing, and going and being and saying and doing and everything else in YouTube. You know, I appreciate you guys that you come along with me. You just don't realize. I appreciate y'all because I've found a group of really nice folks. You know, and there's so many different genres that we all have came come together, and from video gaming to health to cooking to to even the homesteading and the guns and they got the guns and garden. I mean, there's just so many of us, and it's it's fun, it's enjoyable because you actually learn something. I wish I could get on a I have like I'm gonna do videotape. I got like a little small TV. I installed it below our 65 inch. We've got a PlayStation. It's not the new PlayStation. It's not even the next. I think it's older than that. But she bought some video games, and I got to. I can't even get past the first level on some of these games. I'm like, I'll put it to the side. So to get past these levels, it's you gotta you gotta use your brain power. That's the funny part about it. But um, as I can see, we have come to the end of our talk this morning. I'm working each day to have you at least got to focus on one thing. I just again I thank you guys for riding with me for the first few minutes. I'm actually starting to wake up. That again, you guys are helping me, and you're much appreciated for me flapping off the gums to say thank you. And I'm gonna do something different this morning. We'll close out with a word of prayer. Most gracious God, our Father, we just say thank you for this day. We say thank you for coming and waking us up and giving us another day on this earth that we didn't have before this. You are truly a blessing in our lives. We thank you for our health and for our strength. We thank you for the continuous enjoyment that you bring to us each and every breath that we take. As always, please forgive us because we've all sinned and fall short of your glory. We ask that you would, keep us protected from all dangers seen and unseen this day. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. And as always, if you don't think anybody loves you, I love you and God loves you too. Peace out and be blessed and have a wonderful day. Because guess what? I sure enough gonna have one.